Guys, Bix Weir, roadtoruda.com. I want to talk about California a little bit, where I live. But first, we have been not lied to necessarily, but kept in the dark about how big the bailout is for the banks. Everything's been focused on the individuals, the payment protection program, the bailout of corporations. Should we do it? Of small businesses. Why are we arguing and discussing that when the banks are just taking the money? $3.3 trillion since September 11th. $3.3 trillion. That's in overnight repos, term repos, POMOs, MBS, FICC guarantees, which I count, which that's where they try to hide most of it. Why are we even fighting about what state gets bailed out, what state doesn't get bailed out, what individual group gets bailed out, what industry gets bailed out? The banks aren't even fighting amongst each other at all. They're just bailing out everybody. $3.3 trillion in bank bailouts so far since September 11th, 2019. That's the day the latest takedown started taking place. That's insane. Remember, there was a big hubbub about bailing out the banks in 2008 for $700 billion. It failed the first time through Congress. This time, 3.3 already, and they're going to need 20 at least. So it keeps growing. I keep track of it at Road to Ruda on the Patreon and on the private road. That's where we are, 3.3 as of last Friday. But let's talk about this. This is the big stink now in California. These are the beaches down in Southern California. People are saying, screw you. I love the American flags. Screw you, governor. You liberal whatever. The reality is, everybody's screwed. And the longer we wait inside, waiting for our government to save us, the more screwed we are. And they have plans. Let me tell you, do they have plans? So a whole bunch of people went to the beach because it was a sunny day, and Gavin Newsome got all pissed off. All angry at people. Dude, who are you? You're a nobody. You're a pathetic rich kid from the Getty family. Dirty as can be. But you're the one telling everybody you must be on lockdown because the science and the math says so. Well, the science and the math have been wrong since day one. Why don't you come out and say, oh, by the way, it's a bioweapon. And by the way, you can protect yourself by chugging vitamin C and chug a mushroom. You're a crack. You've got an agenda. So he's going to try to lock down California as long as possible. Maybe even to the point of trying to break away from the United States of America. Believe it if you will. At his news conference today, Gavin Newsome gives coronavirus update after Colorado and Nevada join in an opening pact. Is the West trying to split off from the federal government? California lawmakers chafe at Newsome's unilateral coronavirus actions. Governor is now dictator, Gavin Newsome. During his big long rant today about people going outside, not once did he mention individual freedoms, individual liberties, the ability to fight for your business, for your livelihood. Not once. Didn't say a word about it. Oh, we must trust the science. The science has been wrong over and over and over again on this one. You can't trust the science and you can't trust your government. Check this out from Bloomberg. Gavin Newsome declares California a nation state. The state is at odds with federal government over coronavirus plans and much else. California this week declared its independence from the federal government, feeble efforts to fight coronavirus 19, and perhaps a bit more. The consequences for the fight against the pandemic are almost certainly positive. The implications for the brewing civil war between Trumpism, of course this is Bloomberg, don't forget, and America's budding 21st century majority. What? What are you talking about? Embodied by California's multi-racial liberal electorate are less clear. Speaking on MSNBC, Governor Newsome said that he would use the bulk purchasing power of California as a nation state to acquire the hospital supplies that the federal government has failed to supply. Well, since when is the federal government supposed to supply you with anything? What happened to all that money we're paying out in healthcare? It's pathetic. If all goes according to plan, Newsome said, California might even export some of those supplies to the states that need it. Export. What a jackass. You want to hear the funny thing? 41% of California's land is owned by the federal government. Watch Newsome say, hey, we're going to break off from the U.S. corporation, the federal government. Trump will say, yeah, fine. Just get the hell out of all the 41% of your land, all the mines, all the power generation areas, all the national parks. Sorry, Newsome, that's not yours. That's owned by the federal government. And oh, by the way, you have a weekend warrior army at your command, the National Guard, and Trump has the U.S. military at his command. Who do you think is going to win? Jackass. This is my favorite. This post on Reddit. Due to COVID, I've learned, now this is a young guy, and this is a lot of young people who are having to stay home. Due to COVID, I've learned about the CIA, JFK, 9/11, the Rothschilds, Gates, and much more in the space of 1 month. Waking up is almost unbearable. Combination of March and April has been comparable to a bad acid trip that never ends. After 24 years, my perception of reality has been shattered. Work feels pointless. Life feels pointless. I feel dehumanized. The people around me suddenly seem so dull and brainwashed. Television has lost its appeal. I fluctuate between hating myself for being so oblivious for 24 years and then wishing I'd never learned any of this in the first place. I feel alone and almost psychotic. To realize how much of the world around me has been built on lies has me questioning my own sanity on a daily basis. There's a reason most people choose to stay brainwashed. Reality is awful when you realize who actually runs the world and how limited your freedom actually is. There are some doors that can't be closed. Edit. Damn. I'm really grateful for the overwhelming messages and comments. It's good to know I'm not the only one dealing with this right now. I guarantee you, the other half of America is waking up. All the lies we've been told, all the market manipulation, all the rigging. It was in your face for so long, and nobody said anything about it. Now we're sitting home. That's all we got to do is look at the internet. Bang, 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 bang. Red pill, red pill, red pill. It's a hell of a lot of red pills going on right now. Wait till they go down the road to Ruta path. There's a red pill behind a red pill. Why they really created the Federal Reserve? Are there giants in the Grand Canyon? I was doing some research on the Grand Canyon again, diving back in. And there was a law passed a while back that said the federal government had to return all the mummies to the American Indians in the Grand Canyon. Over 20-something mummies for proper burial. Really, mummies in the Grand Canyon? Yes, absolutely. I've been doing so. I can't wait to get back there. I know they won't let me near where I need to go. And 95% of all the caves in the Grand Canyon are off limits. You're not allowed to go there. You are not allowed to go there. Even if you wanted to. Even if you had a special pass. You cannot go in any cave. It's too dangerous for you. Who is allowed to go in those caves? Have any of those caves been explored? How many have been explored? What about under the mountains in the Grand Canyon? I've got so much information on this stuff. Yes, they found a lot of stuff. They didn't find the big stuff. Grand Canyon is a treasure trove of our real history. We need to open it up for humanity to go down there. Yes, fly helicopters down there to drop people off so they don't have to hike for 2 days to get down and hike for 3 days to get back up. The whole helicopter, there's no drones allowed in the Grand Canyon, no helicopters allowed. That's also people don't discover what we already know is there if you're on the road to Ruta. G.E. Kincaid. His real name was Edward Kincaid. His great-granddaughter? Maybe, potentially, Chris Kincaid. Who is Chris Kincaid? She's in charge of all the archaeology of the area. Today. Chris Kincaid. They can run, but they can't hide from Ruta. It is so true. Billions of ounces of gold in the Grand Canyon. Sorry, gold bugs. There's billions and billions and billions of ounces of gold in the Grand Canyon. And all over the world. I estimate 2 to 4 million tons of gold. Not the 200,000 tons that Jeffrey Christian will tell everybody. 2 million, 3 million tons of gold. We can go back onto a gold standard if we choose. We got enough. We got the stuff coming out of our ears. But we got a hell of a lot more unbacked fiat money being printed. So yes, the price of gold will double, triple, quadruple. Price of silver, 100 times that. Now's the time to wake up. Everybody sitting at home, spend some time going to the Road to Ruta archives. Go right here. Go to roadtoruta.com and watch videos. I know you guys like videos. Golden oldies to the crypto future. Discovering the Road to Ruta. This is better than a sci-fi movie. Go check it out. Type in any subject you want right here in the search engine. Anything. And you'll find most everything you've been asking yourself about. Why does the Fed print so much money? Why is silver manipulated? What happened on 9/11? How did the vault at 55 Water Street flood when Hurricane Sandy came into town when it was supposed to be an airtight, locked vault? How did Michael Dunn move from the CFTC to the DTCC in charge of that vault 1 month before, moving all the gold and silver swaps into that vault? How did that happen? Go to roadtoruta.com. Literally, you can put almost anything in that search function and find what you want. It's time for everybody to be red-pilled. Let's red-pill the world. Have fun out there.
Well, I grew up in the USA. I was taught that speech was free. Birmingham to Burning Man, you can speak any truth you see. Lately things have changed, they say I can't speak truth no more. And I'm just sitting here wondering who they are working for. See, they're gonna kick me off of YouTube. Unless I say 9/11's just another day. And they delete my friends on Facebook. Unless I pretend that socialism's a-okay. And they are gonna shadow ban my Twitter. Unless I tweet the chemtrails of Perrier. Finally they'll ban everything I've got to say as they kill free speech in the USA. They decide what's right, they decide what's wrong, they ban what won't conform. They sit in shadows, they run the gallows, say I must abide the norm. Without free speech we lose freedom, they cut off our free will. If I find truth that they don't like, they'll label me a shill. And then they're gonna kick me off of YouTube. Unless I say 9/11's just another day. And they delete my friends on Facebook. Unless I pretend that socialism's a-okay. And they are gonna shadow ban my Twitter unless I tweet the chemtrails of Perrier. Finally they'll ban everything I've got to say as they kill free speech in the USA. They're trying to kill free speech in the USA. Now wait a minute, it's not like me to give up on a fight. I'll expose their evil plans, bring their shadows into light. And I'll name names, I'll play their games, I've got them in my sight. They're trying to change the USA, I fight for what is right, so they can kick me off for YouTube. 9/11's all about building 7 and it ain't okay. And they can delete all my Facebook, but socialists fail every time in every single way. And they can shadow ban my Twitter, but I'm looking up at chemtrail skies each and every day. See, they have no right to ban anything I have to say, and I'll fight for free speech in the USA. I'm gonna fight for free speech in the USA. It's my right, free speech in the USA.